question. So the first question is, describe how poverty line is estimated in India. So the answer to this question is, in India, poverty line is estimated in the following way. Point number 1, poverty line is calculated by National Sample Survey Organization, that is NSSO. Point number 2, NSSO calculates poverty in every 5 years. Number 3 point, poverty line method is used or it is based on 2 criteria. So what are the 2 criteria for measuring the poverty line? So these criteria are, number 1, income level, and number 2, consumption level. So how about income level? So income level is calculated separately from urban and rural areas. Now as far as urban poverty is concerned, so those people who are earning less than rupees 1000 per person per month are considered to be poor in rural and urban areas. And in rural areas, those people who are earning rupees or less than rupees 816 per person per day are considered to be poor. Then talking about the consumption level, so in urban areas, those people who consume less than 2100 calories per person per day are considered to be poor. And in rural areas, those people who consume less than 2400 calories per person per day are considered to be poor. So this way the poverty line is estimated in India. Now this was the answer to the first question. Let's move on to the second question. The second question is, describe poverty trends in India since 1993. So the answer is, following have been the poverty trends in India since 1993. Number 1, poverty ratios have substantially declined from about 45% in 1993 to 22% in 2011-12. Number 2, it is expected to decline to 20% in coming years if this trend continues. Point number 3, though the percentage of people living under poverty line declined during 1993 to 2005, the number of poor remained stable around 404 million for quite a long time. Point number 4, the number of poor is also declined from 407 million in 2011-12 with an average annual decline of 2.2 percentage points during 2004-05. So this was the answer to question number 2. Now let's move on to the question number 3. Question 3 is, discuss the major reasons for poverty in India. So the answer is, following are the major reasons for poverty in India. Number 1, high growth rate of population. Now this point says that due to the uncontrolled growth of population, per capita income has reduced. Number 2 point is exploitation under British rule. So what happened? That British rule destroyed our traditional handicrafts and discouraged development of industries like textiles. This resulted in less jobs and less job opportunities and low growth rate of income. According to the third point, it is concentrated green revolution. So green revolution created many jobs in primary sector, but it was limited only to Punjab, Haryana and Western Uttar Pradesh. No jobs were created in secondary and tertiary sectors. Fourth point is unequal distribution of land and income. Now, huge income inequality has been a prominent feature of high poverty rate. Redistribution of land in rural areas has not been implemented properly. The fifth point is socio-cultural and economic factors. People in India spend a lot of money to fulfill social obligations and observe religious ceremonies. To do this, people have to borrow as they have no savings. Unable to repay because of poverty, they become victims of indebtedness. So, these are the 5 points related to this question. Now we move on to the fourth question. Fourth question is, identify the social and economic groups which are more vulnerable to poverty in India. So the answer is, following are the vulnerable groups who are vulnerable groups to poverty in India. Number 1, rural agricultural households. Number 2, urban casual labor households. Number 3, members of backward castes. Number 4, physically handicapped persons. And number 5, the widows. So these are the 5 socially and economically vulnerable groups to poverty in India. Next question is fifth number question. This is, give an account of interstate disparities of poverty in India. So the answer is, following trends are observed regarding interstate disparities of poverty in India. Number 1, poverty is still a serious problem in Odisha, Bihar, Assam, Tripura and Uttar Pradesh. Number 2, Odisha and Bihar continue to be the poorest states with 33% and 32.6% of poverty. Point number 3, urban poverty is also high in Odisha, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. Fourth point is, there is a decline in poverty in Kerala, Jammu and Kashmir, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat and West Bengal. Point number 5, Punjab and Haryana have reduced poverty due to high agricultural growth rates. Point number 6, Kerala focused on human resource development to reduce poverty. Point number 7, West Bengal has reduced poverty by introducing land reforms. And point number 8, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu reduced poverty by improving public distribution of food grains. So friends, this was the answer to question number 5. Now move on to question number 6. It is, describe global poverty trends. So the answer is, global poverty trends can be described as under. Number 1, world poverty has declined from 35% in 1990 to 10.68% in 2013. Number 2, the number of poor in China has also declined from 88.3% in 1981 to 1.9% in 2013. Next point is, in South Asia, that includes India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal and Bhutan, poverty has declined from 54% to 15%. Point number 4, the poverty has decreased in Sub-Saharan Africa from 54% in 1990 to 41% in 2013. Point number 5, in Latin America, poverty declined from 16% in 1990 to 5.4% in 2013. So this was the answer to question number 6. Now move on to question number 7. Question 7 is, describe current government strategy of poverty alleviation. So the answer is, the current strategy of the government for poverty alleviation is based on two planks. First is promotion of economic growth. That is, it aims, rather this point or the promotion of growth strategy aims at increasing in GDP, setup of more industries, generation of more employment, and increase the standard of living of people. Second plank is targeted anti-poverty programs. So what are the targeted anti-poverty programs of India? They are in the following way. First is NREGA, that is National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, which was enacted in the year 2005. So the provisions of this act is to provide 100 days assured job to every year to every rural household in 200 districts. Second is National Food for Work Program 2004, that is NFWP. This program is open for all rural poor who are in need of wage, employment, and desire to do manual unskilled work. Third program is PMRY, that is Prime Minister Rozgar Yojana. It was initiated in 1993. So this Yojana aims to create self-employment opportunities for educated unemployed in rural areas and small towns. The fourth scheme by the government is REGP, that is Rural Employment Generation Program, which was initiated in 1995. The objective of this program is to create 25 lakh new jobs in the 10th 5-year plan for educated unemployed people in rural areas and small towns. So friends, this was question number 7. Now move on to question number 8. Question 8 is, what do you understand by human poverty? So the answer is, human poverty is a broad definition of the term poverty. It highlights the broader phenomena of poverty like education, shelter, healthcare, self-confidence, freedom from caste and gender discrimination, and child labor for people around the world. So this is the answer to question number 8. Now question 9 is, who are the poorest of the poor? So the answer is, in poor families, elderly people, female infants, and women are considered to be the poorest of the poor, as they have been denied equal access to resources that are available to the family. So this is answer to question 9. Now move on to question number 10. This is, what are the main features of the National Rural Employment Guarantee Act 2005? So the answer is, following are the main features of the act. Number 1, the act provides 100 days assured employment to every year to every rural household in 200 districts. It shall later be extended to 600 districts. Point number 2, 1/3 of the proposed jobs would be reserved for the women. Point number 3 is, the central government will establish National Employment Guarantee Funds. And point number 4 is, similarly, the state government shall also establish State Employment Guarantee Funds for the implementation of the scheme. And point number 5 is, the scheme, under the scheme, if an applicant is not provided employment within 15 days, he or she shall be entitled